This is a really basic idea. The letters in the winning word of the national spelling bee correlates well with the number of people killed by venomous spiders. We can look at some other stocks later. I still have to just finish up this cassava thing. I do like untill still. Lewis, I think you always have to make your own strat. That's a really good question. You can take pieces you learn from other people, but ultimately everyone's investment strategy is personal to them. You know, there's some things they really like, there's some things they don't care for, and those are 4 great approaches. They all make sense. How am I making money out of this? Well, I think cassava will go to 0, so you can take a guess. I also want to get all my thoughts down, all my ideas about this, and one final explanation of what I think. Yeah, Humphrey makes great videos. Make sure you watch them, guys. Subscribe to Humphrey Yang's channel. The things that I don't do, he does really well. Here it is. I got 1.52 million subscribers. I am subscribed myself, and I listen to Humphrey all the time. This is my favorite.
In this video, I'm going to reveal the Chinese secret to saving.
As an old school, not that old, but as an old school Wall Street guy, I love this, the Chinese secret to saving money revealed. You can imagine me and a bunch of Italian traders, you know, a lot of the old Wall Street traders are Italian, sitting around talking about, like, these Chinese, man, they have this ancient secret. I don't know how they do it. There was a hedge fund manager, we talked about him once or twice in here, who did biotech, this Chinese guy. I was like, I wasn't mad at him, but, you know, we were just like friendly, and I was, but yeah, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I don't think about or worry about because of my specific situation. But I think, you know, oh, this is good. Roasting.
Hey guys, so I had my subscribers send in their portfolios to me, and
all those things about tax lots, and, you know, there's a lot of stuff you could do with tax lots that I never bothered optimizing. You know, these are 2 different skill sets, you know. My skill set is like digging into the weeds of some obscure stock and finding out the gem. It's a very autistic kind of search problem. His skill set is, you know, a lot of it is honestly discipline. Like, a lot of us probably in this channel have trouble staying disciplined with money, and it's the opposite of the YOLO strat. You know, I think for a lot of people, and again, I've been there before, this isn't a problem for me, hasn't been a problem for me in a very long time, but like, if you're 25 or something, and you have a friend who's like, he's got 250 grand in a bank account or in a stock account, you're like, how does he do that? You know, if you want to be that guy, that's what Humphrey's helpful for, you know. And I think I'm sort of better for the 1% of those people that want to make $1 billion or $500 million and really are determined to do it, and they can realistically do it. Obviously, most people are not going to get that outcome. So having like a disciplined and smart, it doesn't mean that you're conservative, by the way. It just means that you're disciplined and smart, and you are a little bit patient, that you're going to grow your money over 3 years or 5 years. You know, 50x is not going to happen. But can you save and invest and then end up with 100K in your checking account in a year or 2? Yeah, probably. You know, even if you have a mediocre job. You know, there are people that are like that. My parents were like that. They were Albanian, not Chinese, but they had an unbelievable strat for saving, which was incredible. Budgeting and saving strat that worked really, really well. That was insanely disciplined. My mom was the most disciplined person I've ever seen. So, you know, for the rest of us that, you know, just want your 9 to 5, you want to have a bunch of cash, you know, you want to save it in a smart way, you want to avoid taxes as much as you can, you know, please subscribe to Humphrey. He hasn't paid me $1. We didn't discuss this beforehand. He just likes to show up sometimes, and I appreciate that. And, you know, he was an early viewer. And obviously likes the market and knows the market really well as well. So don't get me wrong about that. But, you know, I am 100% dedicated to alpha in the markets, which is a little bit different from what he does. So anyway, that's my spiel there. Again, he's just a friend. Oh man, Robinhood up 7%. That was Humphrey's pick. I looked into it and I was like, yep, This is good. This is good. Hope you guys got into Robinhood. Yeah, so you can, yeah, I mean, that was a big benefit for me getting that stock pick and pitching it to you guys. So, you know, I'm not sure what destiny could bring to me, but I liked him. I actually just liked him. He was nice. He was a good interviewer. And that was my internet friend. And he just, for no reason, just completely shat on me. You know, he said something bad about me without doing any research on it. And I was right in the end, but he did a lot of damage by propagating that. Living in your imaginary stream world where, you know, yeah, look, my viewers matter to me too, but this isn't real life, bro. It's real, like, to some of these streamers, like, that's their whole life is streaming. And I get it. It could be a good income. Nothing wrong with that. But, you know, you still have to be a bit of a human being at the end. I made like 40 stock picks for this channel, and we have a 60-something% win ratio. Do you guys want to refresh those prices and see how we're doing? And I don't have every pick in there, right? There's a bunch of good picks I didn't include. I have to do an audit. I mean, the audit, it's close enough. A lot of these have closed now too, which is good. Let's see. Okay. I actually haven't changed anything either, so that's good. All right. I said farming is along. It is down. I said ADMA's along. It is up depending on the pitch. Date. Said DJT is a short. That has worked, but I don't have the exact price when I said that. I said AVV's along. The market's kind of been closed. Numora. I said NUVB's along. NUVB's been down. Huma's been down a lot. That's our short, obviously. Now down 19%. Evo is, I think Evo's been taking it on the chin a little. No, Evo is up, actually. Great. Tonics, I said avoid. It obviously went up a lot today, but it went down a lot, and now it's back to like, all right, HubSpot has performed really well. Lantheus has been the dog, the latest dog. Biohaven, Aspie, I think it's a fraud, actually. There's something weird going on at Aspie. I think I want to get out of the Pearson trade. Ooh, eBay's going well. Abbott's finally very slightly profitable. Dutch Bros, huge win. Huge win. I think we got out of Dutch Bros, right? Or no? We should probably get out of it. Ulta, 340. Oh, Ulta's down a bunch. Root doubled. Root was like, oh, Root more than doubled. Root was like the sickest home run. Thank you. I think it was, who was it? Darren that gave me Root? Okay, we closed Root at 82. So I'm just gonna put that price down here. Beauty has done well. Eventbrite was going crazy. Still up a lot. Adma we got, still up here. Legend, this has been a weird one. Intuit got hammered yesterday, but it's still up from when I said to avoid it. Moderna is just 36% off sale for Moderna, so some of you guys should take advantage of that. Rocket, what happened to Rocket? We got to look at Rocket. Numora we got out. Innovis is like a Alzheimer's fraud genre. GPCR is also off, 20% off sale there. American, same price. No, still up. Scholar Rock we closed same day. Rare is down 16% off sale. Perry still up, but less so. Cerence, I said avoid. It has slowly come back down after hiring Intel CEO. Corvus is still up, cooling off a little bit. Human we know is doing well. YMAB is up. No, YMAB just got smoked. Good to revisit that one. All right, Oatly, 64 cents, a good avoid there. Toast. Toast has done remarkably well. Did we get out of Toast? I think we did. Yes, 37.94. SAVA, 27.46. Gift that keeps on giving. 127 for Cellas, same price. Calvista 902, down a little bit there. Adma, Cellas, same thing. Applied Therapeutics, I said avoid. That's starting to come true. SAVA. All right, Clearside, I said avoid. That has been prescient. Charles River, I said could be a short. It is finally down enough that it is a winner. Robinhood, I'm going to mark this a winner because I don't remember exactly what price I said buy, but it's gone up a lot. HIMS, same story there. Although HIMS started to come back down a little bit. SoFi, same story there. Huma Aberdeen, same thing. Cellas, same thing. Jazz, I actually probably shouldn't even count yet because I don't know. Alibaba's getting killed. Fresh was a big win. Zoom was a big win. Team was a big win. Dawn was a win. Chegg, I don't remember the initial price. TARS, huge win. Oh, Amylyx is a long time ago. All right, so SAVA technically is a win. TARS is a win. IOVA is a loss. I don't remember about Neurocrine on this date, so I'm going to leave that blank for now. Chegg, I don't have the price. I'm going to leave that blank for now. I think that might be same thing with Dawn. All right, these are all wins. Baba's been a loss. Jazz was a win. Huma's a win. But I just don't want to add up the same company twice. So let's make sure we don't do that. SoFi, HIMS, and Hood. CRL is now a win. Clearside, I'm going to call that. I want to call that a win, but I guess it's better not to. SAVA, we already did. I'm going to write like appeared before or something like that. Like first recommendation, something like this. All right, Adma is right. I want to do these once. Calvista is wrong. Toast was right and closed. This was right. This was wrong now. Humo already did. Corvus is right. Serence is wrong. I don't know. That one's more neutral to me. Long and wrong, long and right, long and right, long and wrong. This one is correct. Umura is correct. Rocket is now went from right to wrong. Just some beta here. That one's wrong. That one's wrong. Yeah, I like Adma. I think SAVA is my highest conviction one. SMCI is red. It's gonna be a bad day. I guess it's just NVIDIA is the other big tell, and NVIDIA's down. Yeah, MicroStrategy. Let me add MicroStrategy to my screen since that's such a crazy topic. And I want to put Bitcoin like right next to it. We're adding that functionality shortly where you can drag and drop to put it wherever you'd like. But yeah, 95K. I am giving a deposition. I'm the defendant. 𝗲𝗢𝗘𝗢 sued me. Now it's called 𝗲𝗢𝗘𝗢 because it's not really a DAO, so they had to change the name.
𝗲𝗲𝗘𝗢.
I mean, I think Diddy absolutely should have the right to defend himself in court. I don't think he should be in. I wasn't close to Diddy. I never knew him. But I don't think he should be in jail while he has to prepare for trial. You cannot prepare for trial in jail. Trust me. I can tell you that. Exactly. Out of here, boy. They're like, oh, flimsy case? Man, put him in jail. Tip the scales a little bit to our side. He's a dangerous billionaire, you know. He might do something crazy. There's no way we can monitor him or possibly, you know, throw him in when he does something dangerous. He's going to intimidate the witness. What's more intimidating than the FBI? Diddy? Price of baby oil never been the same again. What investment options do private companies have? I mean, usually they're selling stock, and you know, oftentimes startups are selling stocks in something called a SAFE, which is a 2-page agreement created by Y Combinator. if it's a big financing round, sometimes you'll do something called a Series A, and it's just purchase agreements and stuff like that. Series B, Series C. I'm not banned from trading. You can't be banned from trading. I'm banned from operating an investment advisor, according to the, whatever that means, according to the SEC. That doesn't, I don't think, have any jurisdiction outside the US. But again, I think the SEC is going to go through a lot of reform over the next few years. Musk really hates the SEC. So I would not be surprised if the SEC got pretty serious problems. Yeah, I talked about it. Still shorting. Everyone's trading SMCI differently. Shorts, you got longs. Certainly doesn't have the momentum at this second. Bitcoin is a pretty good tell, though. I mean, if Bitcoin's going to keep doing this, then, you know, crypto doesn't have to be coupled to the market either. Crypto's not necessarily fundamentally worthless. There's some crypto that actually has net income. If you know, it's pretty wild. There's crypto that literally trades at 10 times earnings.
𝗠𝗏𝗘𝗢.
You know, if you think about it, it's pretty crazy. I don't think it's the day. Take profit at SAVA is like $2 or $3 a share. SAVA could be tonight with NVIDIA. Yeah, so I studied this 𝗕𝗢𝗘𝗢𝗍 quite a bit because of their oxytocin expression. It's very interesting. They're studied quite a lot for that. What do you want? Look at these guys. You got a little, the shedding, or the bedding is, you know, they're on their head. Hey, what do you want? That's my girl. Huh. I don't know about Amazon being a good long. Any of these mega caps, like, it's hard to get too much return out of them. But Amazon's, you know, got a lot of great things going for it. Valuation, I have to double check. But I don't think it's too bad. Amazon's sort of catching up in AI, which isn't great. And I'm not sure they have the best relationship with NVIDIA. They're also trying to replace NVIDIA. The AI wars, Amazon versus Microsoft versus Apple. Apple's, you know, I wouldn't sleep on Apple versus NVIDIA. I would not sleep on Apple at all. I mean, you could always leverage large cap stocks, sure. I mean, you probably should always add a little tiny bit of leverage to large cap stocks. Not a lot, like 1.5x or something. I don't know if Bitcoin will go to zero. It could go down a lot, but I'm not sure it's going to ever go to zero. I'm 10x leveraged on 𝗏𝗏. So, but you get theta decay as the downside of that. No, we're still on SAVA watch. Should we look at how many days are left? This is every filament A paper ever published. Your boy went through all of them. All of them. Why? Because you must. I don't leave any stone unturned. Period. The end. Got to flip through them at least. I just follow it, Jake, you know, follow the space. So when you follow the space, you hear about stocks. And I knew Pain Therapeutics 20 years now, so it's not, you know, a new company to me by any means. I kind of watched from the sidelines about their attempt to get into Alzheimer's, but never saw how serious it got.
𝗠𝗏𝗘𝗢.
I agree, Anonymous, but I don't think it seems to do more than, it's hard to know for sure what filament A does. Like most convinced short, it's up there. Yeah, Bender, I mean, I think basically when you're running a small consulting firm, you work for your clients. Whatever your clients want you to say and do, you're going to say and do. I'm going to send her an email and be like, look, you shouldn't throw away your career, not career, but your reputation, you know, for the client. Nothing's worth it. Nothing's worth that. And you're already embarrassing yourself. Lady has a PhD in applied math. She knows what multiplicity testing is. Acting like she doesn't know. I didn't send Lindsay a note yet. Lindsay's beyond repair. I don't think Lindsay's going to be swayed by anything. I don't think failed phase 3 trials are going to sway Lindsay. We're not trying to make idiot-proof software. We're making software for people who have used Bloomberg before, who want to learn how to use a Bloomberg-like system that's backward compatible, and who want power tools. You know, if you look at one stock and you just want to punch it in once a month, you know, don't use our product. Don't pay for it. It's not going to help you. But if you want to look at every news wire, every story on a company, rapidly be able to look at all the SEC filings, that's kind of what we're here for. Yeah, hedge funds, very wealthy individuals, people who are very aggressively trying to create some returns in their portfolio, even if they're not super wealthy. You know, people who have to look at stocks all day long. you know, you don't want to do that without some fast system that can pull them up very quickly. It's kind of like a programmer. You know, if you go to Yahoo Finance, it's like programming a notepad, and then maybe you graduate to VS Code, and then maybe you graduate to using Vim and Vim bindings. It's that kind of thing where it's like, oh, okay, I'm really productive. I met somebody who has one of these keyboards that's split in half. It's crazy. I tried to type on it. I was like, "Rrr." But like, they're like, I'm like, how do you do that? They're like, and I'm extremely fast typer, as you guys know. So the half and half is okay. So I appreciate you said that, bio investor. Do you want to come in the Discord, by the way? Have you gotten any more gumption to have the conversation? Or are you still gonna snipe from the sidelines? It's probably safer there for you anyway. Not that I, you know, want to make things less safe for you. It's just, I don't know why you'd be worried or scared. So when you do a trial and you have an endpoint, you are designing that trial for success. You don't do a controlled, she said it herself, actually. We designed the controlled withdrawal study. Yeah, let's listen to her, because she said it. I've been in pharma. You don't do these studies just for fun. You do them to show an effect. And that's why they spend so much time trying to spin it. But unfortunately, it's, I know you want to, I don't know why you would want to spin it. I'll make a separate bet with you that Lindsay gets indicted. This is Dr. Burns, who at this point, you know, I think will be arrested.
Focus is a 76-week trial of simufilam 50 or
This
100
lady wants to go to
milligrams
jail.
versus placebo.
I think one of the best books to start with is Rosenbaum's pharmacology textbook. And then, you know, there's a lot. There's a great book called Orphan, actually, as well, about the orphan drug industry. And, you know, it tells you a lot about the drug industry in general.
Pathways. In Alzheimer's disease, the conformation of filament A is altered.
What? It's not altered. It makes no sense. Proteins are 3D living machines. They're not live. They're 3D machines that pulse with you know, lifelike energy, and they respond to cellular stress and all kinds of things, but it's not altered in Alzheimer's and only Alzheimer's. Doesn't make any sense. If it was a genetic disease, maybe.
Impacting some of its protein interactions. Importantly, altered filament A is critical to A-beta-42's toxicity.
It is not. Nobody believes that. That was made up. Okay, look at
On
this
the
thing.
left, you see that altered filament A links to the alpha-7 nicotinic acetylcholine receptor when soluble A-beta-42 binds this receptor from the outside of the cell.
So according to this thesis, filament A, which binds to actin, right? In this picture, the N-terminus is supposed to be binding to actin. You can see the dimerization, right? Okay, so this is one dimer. This is the other dimer. This isn't even drawn correctly, by the way. But, oh, I guess they're not saying the N-terminus. They're doing it the other way around. They're saying the N-terminus is out here, and the C-terminus binds to, okay, that's a little bit more legitimate. Phew, glad it's labeled the right way. But here, yeah, here's the simufilam binding that stops it from binding acetylcholine. Right, do you see that? It like wants to take the place of this binding event. But there's a couple problems here. So take a look at the A-beta-42, quote unquote, binding the alpha-7. Okay, so this theoretically causes damage. So the question is how? Simufilam does not do anything to alpha-7. It's a PPI. It occupies the binding site of alpha-7, theoretically. And again, that's very generous. It does not do any such thing. But regardless, by doing that, alpha-7 releases from filament A. Assume that's true. Why would the solvent-facing side of alpha-7, an ion channel, pentameric ion channel, why would that conformation change so much that A-beta-42 no longer binds? And what happens to that conformation such that the normal ligands for alpha 7, like nicotinamide and stuff like that? Correct, Anthony. That is their supposition. It's not impossible, right? Allosteric binding can change the orthosteric site conformation. That can happen, but not dramatically. There just isn't, and they haven't identified like, okay, which of the pentamer binds to filamin. Nobody else agrees that they bind together. And what happens to actin? I mean, is this a specific binding partner? And then what happens to the 4-hour half-life? There's no stoichiometry here that would convince me that you could do this in a way that makes sense.